Welcome back to Broken Bobby's Transformation Page. If you are new to the page, in 1990 I became involved in the drug gang world. From 92 to '06, I spent a lot of time incarcerated. I tell these stories to let you know it don't have to be you. If you're young and thinking about trying something or you're figuring out how to get out, these are my stories of this lifestyle and how it affected me, and eventually I got out and transformed my life. So let's get into today's story. So let's get into today's video. First of all, I want to give a shout out to my son Jacob for hooking me up with this Fred Warner jersey. I love it. Today's video, I'm going to discuss what it was like doing time uh, back in the 90s and early 2000s as opposed to what it's like doing time now. Yeah, there's a lot of differences from then to now as I understand it. Like I said, I haven't been incarcerated since early 2006. So we're talking almost 2 decades. And some things have definitely changed. For instance, back when I was doing time, if there was somebody that there was an issue with, the homies would have to send a kite and get it to a big homie to approve getting them off the yard. Now, like on the lower level stuff, wasn't quite so serious, but on the higher levels, a lot of times you needed somebody to stamp the decision, and that could take weeks. Just like running background checks. People talk about hooping paperwork. I don't know. I never seen none of that stuff. You hold on to that stuff when you get it, and uh, you could legal documents you could bring in with you. Paperwork was one thing. A lot of times, the way you would find out somebody had funny charges is they would get legal mail, and then action would be taken based on that. Like some things are cut and dry, other things not so much. But like I said, the kites, it's like snail mail basically. You you don't necessarily drop it in the mailbox, but somebody's going to a different joint. You have them take some kites, and you wait for somebody that's coming back the other way to bring you a kite with a decision. Nowadays, everybody's got cell phones. They're pretty much having conference calls. I mean, as funny as that sounds, that's what I'm hearing, that, one big homie will get a conference call going with a couple of other big homies in completely different joints. So, you know, everything is instant now. And, uh, that's, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, honestly. Sometimes an instant reaction could be the wrong one. But who am I to say? Back in my day, there were representative groups or representative individuals for the big homies. Uh, you know, people doing the bidding of the big homies, if you will. And, it was a lot easier to politic on somebody that way because, some of these big homies been in the shoe for 15, 20, 30 years, and they've never even met half of these people that they're getting kites about. So, if you're working for one of those big homies, chances are you're going to trust what the worker is saying, and somebody could get taken off a yard just because they're not liked or they're making waves or whatever it may be. But, a lot of bad calls were proceeded on due to that. So nowadays, the big homies are present on the yard. So they're seeing everything and able to make decisions. In my day, there were major events, riots between different organizations, and year-long lockdowns. Um, yeah, like it was pretty crazy. From what I understand, those big events, those big riots, aren't happening anymore. There might be a rare occasion where something like that happens, but there's too much money to be made on the main line by the big homies. So they, they're not trying to mess that up. Um, Also, in my day, somebody that was protective custody or SNY, which is sensitive needs, uh, they were like a rarity. Certain, like I say, certain pins were not uh, were off limits for us. So some places there would be a high concentration of them, but all in all, you didn't really run into them too much. And nowadays, so many people have been dropping out of these organizations that they're damn near the majority. Uh, Another one back in my day, there was a so-called honor amongst thieves. If you got popped for something, you took your licks, and you kept it pushing. Uh, it seems like nowadays everybody's dropping dimes, and it just is what it is. It's a different time, and like I said, it is what it is. Uh, Another thing back in my day, if you were fighting a case, uh, the most time you could do in the county jail was what we refer to as a county lid, which is 365 days or 12 months, which, that county jail time sucks, to be honest with you. There ain't a whole bunch of program. Uh, isn't a whole lot of things to get in to. You can't get your own personal TV or a radio or, you know, the earbud thing with your little Walkman type of thing. Like, none of that stuff's going on in the county. Once you get to prison, you're able to obtain all these things through packages or, possibly on commissary lists. So you'd be surprised. I remember one time I was in Wayside Medium North, and the deputies were playing some music over the intercom, and I hadn't heard music in months, and this shit just sounded amazing. It kind of took me away for a while. So don't underestimate entertainment and the value of it in there. But what I understand now is, like, people are doing years in the county jail, and like I can't imagine that. I know when I was doing time in LA County, there were people that were fighting hot ones, unaliving charges, I guess you would say. And, they would fight these cases for years in the county. And oh man, that's rough. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people say I couldn't do that, but until you're in that position where you have no choice but to do it, oh, you could do it. Not going to be pleasant, but you could do it. It's best not to get into these positions and have to do it. So uh, now I have somebody that's pretty close to me that was in San Bernardino County within the last couple of years, and they stopped doing strip searches coming in. They said it was unethical. I actually got some money out of a class action lawsuit maybe about 10 years ago for the strip searches. And I was kind of blown away by that. But yeah, apparently they are not doing those strip searches anymore in San Bernardino County. I don't know what the other counties are doing. If, you're been in one of these county jails recently, drop a comment. Let me know what is going on. I'm curious because he was telling me there were a lot of drugs in the county, and he just couldn't believe how much stuff was getting in. So, uh, these are a few contrasts of what it was like when I was doing time to what it's like now. If you enjoy this sort of content, please give me a subscribe, uh, smash that like button, and share this video to somebody that may enjoy it. Uh, the thing is, and I always say this, if you don't do things to put yourself in these situations, you won't have to worry about that stuff. It is Christmas Day as I'm recording this, and I am enjoying this holiday with my family, and it's a great thing. There's a lot of people that are behind walls right now, and they wish that they could be celebrating the holiday with their family. So if you are one of those people that's behind the wall, salute to you. I hope that you're able to gain parole and give it another try out here. Most of the people that got life or whatever and were able to gain parole are doing really well out here, from what I understand. So, there's still hope. Don't give up. Family, freedom, and fitness. Those were the keys to me remaining out for going on 17 years now. It is possible. At one time, I didn't think so. But, it seems overbearing at times, trying to just change your life and be more productive member of society. But it's very obtainable. So Merry Christmas to everybody, and don't look at the mountain, just start climbing.